Hey, it's your boy King Leo here with another video, and we're going to be talking about 60 Days In, and it was the season finale. I was really excited about this episode. I was so excited I forgot to take notes, and I usually do take notes while I'm watching the episode. So I'm going to try to remember everything that went on without rewatching the episode or having my notes in front of me. And I was like really excited to watch this episode last night. I didn't get to watch it when it first came on, so I DVR'd it, and it was really late when I watched it, probably like 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's like I didn't even think about notes, but we're gonna get through it. So the episode starts with Abner, and Abner last week, he was worried about just being found out after David kind of threw him under the bus and told Be Sure that he knew him. And his whole cover story is that he never knew anybody. He doesn't know anybody there. And he's never been in other pods, so why would he know David? So that really like set him off. And as you can see, things just started to unravel for him. People started whispering, people started talking, and he's very observant. So as soon as this happened, he was just worried, but he kept his eyes open. He was smart about it. He wasn't gonna let anybody sneak attack him, and he was very strategic about where he positioned himself in the pod during these times. So we have that situation right there. We also have Mark, and Mark, he's not allowed to talk to the cameras anymore. That's the rule that the Woods have come up with. They're not messing with the cameras no more. They even going as far as wanting to change their pod, because I guess there are other pods in that facility that has no cameras there. So they're just going to move all together. They don't want nothing to do with the cameras anymore. So he's kind of worried because, you know, he's part of this program, supposed to be on camera, and basically he's already did one interview and they told him not to do it. So people are looking at him funny now too. But he's been pretty good this whole program. Nobody's really looked at him too suspiciously compared to other people, how other people have been looked at funny. So if we go back to Abner, he's real worried. He wakes up early in the morning. He kind of gave the signal holding his arm like he wanted to get out the pod. So he gets up early. He knows a lot of people up. He's like, this is not normal. Other people usually sleep around this time. So he's like, they're planning something. So I have to watch out. So he's sitting in the room. He's watching TV, but he's facing a direction where he can see mirrors behind him. See if people are gonna come up behind him. He sees people talking. He even sees the leader of the Chicano, who's in another pod, talking, and they're like doing sign language and everything. And he knows like it's about to go down. Like, I'm in danger. And he's so lucky at this point that the COs come in and the DOs come in and get him out. And I think it was better than doing the whole producer thing, because usually they do the producer thing and that looks kind of funny when you're like kind of in a situation, all of a sudden the producers come and get you. But no, the DOs came this time. They said he had a visit, which is basically like a lawyer visit. So he was able to get out of there. And then once he get out of there, he saw the sheriff. And the sheriff talks to him and basically explained the situation to him. Like, we had to get you out of here for your safety. David basically compromised you by saying that he knew you, and, you know, it just wasn't a good situation. Abner is really surprised at that, because he's like, David, he's a cop. He's from the streets. And if anybody was going to, like, compromise the whole situation, he didn't think it would be David. So he's really pissed off about that. We also had David. David's talking to the crew, the sheriff, and the rest of his people, and he's blatantly lying to them. Like, he went and told Be Sure that my homie is in the other pod from New York, and Be Sure was like, oh, Abner, he confirmed it. But he's gonna sit there and tell them, I didn't say that. I never said nothing about New York. I never said nothing about this. He's like, I put that on my dead father. I'm like, is he serious? I'm like, he must be forgot, or he must be really trying to convince himself that he did nothing wrong, because it's all on tape. And that really made me look at him funny and sideways. Like, just admit you made a mistake, and he don't even want to do that. So that was just, that just made me mad right there, because you basically put all these people in danger, and you can't even take accountability for your actions. Like, He should have been able to at least do that. And basically, people are looking at him like he's full of it. Like they know, they want watching the tape too. They know what went down, but they just let him live in his world. And the reunion's gonna come up, and hopefully he get held accountable for his actions from the other participants. Now we go to the women. And Trish, she's been talking, saying that she thinks Jasmine, Vivian, and Brooke are on 60 days in, and that they're snitches. She's like talking loud. She's talking to everyone. She's even talking to the cameraman and the producers about it, because she wants them to know right away that I know about y'all and I know about the situation. Those three don't belong here. They're part of the program, and I'm not having it. So Brooke, at this point, I love Brooke because she just always sits back. She looks like a killer. She's just observing, and she's just looking at her. She's planning her next move, and Brooke didn't know if how long she has to be there, that they were going to get them out there soon. So she's like, I have to kill this right now. I have to be assertive and come up to this woman. So she comes up to Trish and was like, I heard you've been talking about me. You're saying that I'm a snitch. You're saying this. You're going around telling the cameras. You're going around telling other people. And Trish is like, no, I never said that. She's like, never said that. Never said your name. That wasn't me and all stuff. And then Brooke is getting like her receipts. She's like, Vivian, didn't she say we don't belong here? That we have all our teeth, we too pretty? Vivian's like, yep, that happened. And then, she asks Jasmine the same thing. She's like, didn't she come to you and talk to you and say we don't belong here? And they're like, yep. They're like, so you're not saying nothing to nobody? She's like, no. She was like, I never used your name. She's like, I'm just saying there's some things going on in here. And I'm like, Trish was acting so big and bad and calling these people out. When Brooke comes to her face, it's like, why is she backing down? It was just so funny because like, I would expect her to like be like, yeah, I said what I said, and you're this, you're that. But luckily for Brooke, it put her in a better position that she didn't have that opposition from Trish, because who wouldn't know what would have popped off? She probably really would have to fight for her life. But she said she was ready for that. We don't know, because Trish never gave her the opportunity. She backed down, and she didn't have to fight. And but as this is going on, no more than a little bit later, the producers come in with the DOs, and they call for Vivian to come, and it's time for her to roll up. It's time for her to leave. And you see people looking, making faces, and then Brooke is really mad at this point. She's like, I'm the one with all this tension going on. They're going to get Brooke first. She was a little mad at that. But I think that was a smart decision by the producers, because like, she's this person with all the tension and the problems in the pod. So why take her out? Because it's just going to look funny. And the program is already compromised, but you don't want to look even more fake. So just leave her in there. So they take her out. Next thing you know, they take out Jasmine too, and Jasmine's just ready to go. And Brooke, you can tell, is like worried at this point. She's the only one left in the pod by herself. And then Jasmine, Trish is like really like, and other people, they're looking around like, we knew about this. But Brooke's trying to play it cool. She's remaining in the pod. She's playing cards. She acts like nothing affecting her. When Jasmine leaves, she gives her a little nod. She doesn't make it too much of a spectacle and all kind of stuff. Now, I don't know if this was the same day, because if it was the same day, it would look really, really funny and fishy. But the way they edit this stuff, you don't know. Then next thing you know, they call for Brooke, and Brooke gets out. And it just seems so close back together. It's like, okay, at this point, they don't even care about the program. They just trying to make sure these people are safe. And after that, after they call Brooke to leave, Brooke gets her stuff. She packs. She doesn't make a big fuss about it. She gets out of there. Trish is like, I scared them. She like, I knew. Stuff. Because she was like, all three of them are gone. She's like, I scared them. I scared this whole program. That's why they're getting them out of there so quick. So she feels validated that she knew that these all were snitches and they were a part of this program. And the thing is, I saw people online talking about Brooke screaming about, you calling me a snitch? When you call me a snitch from where I'm from, that's fighting word. And they be like, but you are a snitch. Yeah, she's a snitch, but she's in there for a show, and we sitting there watching the same show. So why are we judging her for being a snitch? We know what she's there for, and she's doing her job. So we can't be mad at her being a snitch and be mad at her for calling out people who think she's a snitch. She's supposed to be undercover, unlike people like David who couldn't remain undercover. So, I supported Brooke in that. So after this, everybody's out now. everyone's out the program, and then you see them go to the hotel. You see them enjoying nice food. You see somebody eating like Chinese food. Someone's eating a burger. Someone's eating pizza. They're just so thankful to have like good food and a nice clean shower and clean sheets and a nice soft bed, and they're just so appreciative of this. So next, they're gonna meet one-on-one with the sheriff and the rest of his crew, and they're talking about what things they think need to be changed. And you know, I feel like a lot of times the sheriffs want this, but when they hear things, they don't want to hear it or feel like that's going on in their facility. But this is the reason you did it, so listen to them. These people been in there for all these days, compromising their safety to give you these pointers, so listen to them. You say this is why you want to do it, so just take the criticism and don't be offended that they're telling you what you need to do. So that's that. After that, we had them meet up for a little quick mini reunion. We had all the girls meet up, and it was good. They really had no tension the whole season. They really stuck together. They said this will bond them for life, and I hope they keep that same camaraderie through the reunion, and just through, you know, social media can really turn things around. So I hope they're still close right now. We also had David and Mark meet together. No, not David. Abner and Mark meet, and basically he told Mark why they had to be pulled out, that David compromised them and told that he knew somebody. But even Mark right now doesn't know the full story. He doesn't know David went and talked to D.O. and basically told them about the whole program. So once he finds that out at the reunion, it looks interesting. We get a preview for the reunion, and this is what I've been waiting for. I can't wait for this. It looks pretty heated. People are really giving it to David. He deserves it. He deserves the heat. He deserves to have some answers for his action, and hopefully he takes some accountability. But in the preview, it doesn't look like it. And we also get the seventh guy who was there. I can't remember his name. He was the private investigator who only lasted 2 episodes because he said he was going to blow up the program because he found out everything he needed to find out in a couple of days, and he wanted to leave and nobody was taking him out the pod. So he's there, and for some reason it looked like he's about to get into it with Mark, and I don't understand that, because Mark is not that type to want to fight. He stood up and he was ready to go with him, so I'm really interested to see this. But it seems like the 2 people that take the most heat during the reunion are going to be David and the private investigator guy, which is interesting because he was only there a couple of days. So I'm looking forward to that. We got the reunion next week. The season is over. I don't think they'll be able to do another season at this location because of the things that happen. So I'm already looking forward to the next season. And hopefully we get some participants that don't blow their cover. Like, can we have a season? Like, can we go back to the old school days when people were able to do their whole time and not tell people they were part of the program? Like, come on. I always thought it was risky, even when they thought they found out other participants was in the program, and they would like talk to them like, yeah, I know you. That's why I like this time that they let them know who was going in the program with them before they went in. I feel like that was risky. But come on, just don't be falling in love with prisoners like last season, and don't be telling DOs you're part of the program like this season. It's simple. Keep your story up. So that was 60 days in. Another good season. Hopefully we get another better season next season, and I'll be there reviewing the videos for y'all too. It's been your boy King Leo, and I'll be back at you with another video next time for the reunion.